Hey there guys, welcome back to another video. I hope you are all well. Today we're going to be doing functions as data on the Learn JavaScript course through Code Academy. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So higher order functions, functions as data. JavaScript functions behave like any other data type in the language. We can assign functions to variables and we can reassign them to new variables. Below we have an annoyingly long function name that hurts the readability of any code in which it's used. Let's pretend this function does important work and needs to be called repeatedly. Const announce that I'm doing important work. Console.log, I'm doing very important work. So what if we wanted to rename this function without sacrificing the source code? We can reassign the function to a variable with a suitably short name. Const busy equals announce that I'm doing an important network. Busy is a variable that holds a reference to our original function. If we could look up the address in memory of busy and the address in the memory of announce that I'm doing important work, they would point to the same place. Our new busy function can be invoked with parentheses, as if that was the name we originally gave our function. Notice how we assign announce that I'm doing important work without parentheses as the value to the busy variable. We want to assign the value of the function itself, not the value it returns when invoked. In JavaScript, functions are first-class objects. This means that, like other objects you've encountered, JavaScript functions can have properties and methods. Since functions are a type of object, they have properties such as .length and .name and methods such as .toString. You can see more about the methods and properties of functions in the documentation. Functions are special because we can invoke them, but we can still treat them like any other type of data. Let's get some good practice doing that. So instructions, number one, we've defined a function with a very long name. Check that 2 plus 2 equals 4 a million times. This function takes a long time to execute. It checks whether 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, but it does it a million times. So just to be really sure, create a shorter named variable is2p2 that will be easier to work with, and assign check that 2 plus 2 equals 4 million times as its value. Mhm. Sorry. So we will set this equal to. Mm. Okay, so in order to reassign this, we're going to need to obviously start off with let, or no, not really. We can start off with a new variable, call it is2p2, and set let's check that 2 plus 2 equals 4 1,000,000 times to that variable. Okay, so number 2, invoke your is2p2 function. Okay, so just underneath this, we are going to invoke the is2e2 function. Okay, so if we forgot the original name of our function, is there a way we could figure it out? Use is2p2 to console.log the name property of the function we assigned the 2p2. Check out the documentation. So console log is2p2 dot, let's check out the documentation. Dot name. So dot name to check out the name of the function dot name. So let's run that. So as you can see, that is correct. Check that 2 plus 2 equals 4 1,000,000 times.